When you first get your equipment, you'll notice that they come in plastic containers. As you're looking at these, you'll see the original setup. From here, we will be displaying these and going through each of the pieces of equipment found in each container. So from this point on, we're showing the different pieces that have come out of your blue container. In each container, for each register, we'll actually notice the register itself. We'll have 2 Ethernet cables. A scanner will be attached to the register. There's the power supply for the scanner. And then pertaining specifically to the register 1 container, you're also going to have a cardboard box which contains the magic box and accessories, and then a bubble wrap version of the Octopus cable. Inside of our magic box container is a bubble wrapped magic box. The power supply and antenna. Any excess packaging material, feel free to save and even store back in the blue containers, as we will use that later as we're packing up. The first step in our assembly will be to attach our Octopus cables to the register. And you'll notice that we've got 2 different labels on our Octopus cable. These will correspond to the number of the register. So we'll have a register 1 cable and a register 2 cable. Since we're hooking up register 1, we'll take our register 1 cable, and at the ends we're going to notice there's a number 1 and a number 2 on each of these ends. These are going to correspond to the base of the register to number 1 and number 2. To connect these, we're going to take our Ethernet cables, plug one end, starting with the number 1, plug the other end into the register with the port labeled number 1. We'll do the same for number 2. As you can tell, it is labeled number 2. And the other end into number 2. Now you will notice that as you're pushing these in, you will know that the connection is secure when you hear the click. And again, this is what you'll be listening for. That will let you know that your cable is secure. The next thing we're going to connect, as we see our scanner is already connected. At this point, all we need to do is connect the power supply. There's a small hole located at the base of the dark gray end of the cable. You'll insert the end of the power into there, and again you'll hear or feel at least a small click, again letting you know that your connection is secure. At the base part of our Octopus cable, we do have a USB connector. As we can see on the front of this, the square end will connect right to there. Now that all this is connected for register 1, repeat these same steps for the register 2 cable. Again, you will notice it's the pair of cables marked with the number 2.
Rolling.
Alright, we now have both our register 1 and register 2 connected to the Octopus cable. From this point, we're going to connect the Octopus cable to the magic box. To do this, we take the USB end of our Octopus cable and we plug that into the front of our magic box. Looking back at the back side, we're now going to connect the antenna, and it will be located in the upper right port labeled antenna. You'll screw the antenna on until it's a comfortable tightness. Bend the antenna up so that it faces in the up direction from the base of the box. At this point, we're going to then connect the power to the lower left-hand port, also labeled power. And it's the power supply with the square end. That will be placed in here with the clip side facing up. And again, you'll hear a click indicating that it is secure. In the final step, we're going to connect each of the power sources to the power strip. Start with the power cord from the register, followed by the power to the scanner, and we'll continue that with our second register, again, doing the power to the register first, followed by the scanner, and the last thing you're going to want to plug in is the power supply to the magic box. And at this point, you should have power to all your pieces of equipment, and we'll be ready for making sales.